come in?
Please come.
Good afternoon,
Please
sir.
down.
Thank you.
You are Mr. Kartikey Singh.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kartikey Singh, today when I was listening to the TV news this morning, I heard a news about half encounter in UP. Did half encounter against some gundas. I have never heard this term, half encounter. What does this mean?
So I'm also hearing it for the first time.
Uh,
It definitely sounds something related to police using force like fire on some accused, but without clarity, I can't really say what.
So you don't know what half encounter is. Okay. Now tell me, what is this bulldozer justice in UP? Are you in favor of it?
So bulldozer justice as a concept is to utilize force to demolish unauthorized
I'm
constructions.
not asking for definition. I'm asking you, do you justify it?
No, sir. I concur with the opinion of Honorable Supreme Court.
And still it is happening. Why?
So because
You mean the UP government is defying the orders of the Supreme Court?
so there are gray areas with respect to bulldozer justice because
Like, for example,
at the end of the day, the constructions are unauthorized. So the government has
so what is the gray area? You use the word gray area.
so the government has the power to give notice as well as demolish those structures.
So this is not a gray area, then it's very clear cut.
Yes, sir.
So this is a clean white area where
Yes,
they
sir.
go and demolish because it's unauthorized.
Yes, sir. But the government does it because it wants to send a message, especially in a form of bulldozer justice, that if you do something
So
that
what is wrong with it?
so it does not follow a due process. There have been allegations.
On the one hand, you are saying that due notice has been given. Then what else is the due process?
So it is seen as something which is targeted against the community, and
Against the community. 100% against this one community only, or others also?
it is seen as targeted against one particular community. But there can be cases where it is not based on community. But the primary challenge.
Anyway, your father is a lawyer, as I have read. This judicial overreach, a lot of people are criticizing the judiciary these days. They say that is indulging in judicial overreach. It is. Some are calling it activism, others are calling it judicial terrorism, meaning thereby that judiciary is intruding into the domain of the executive and the parliament. Do you agree with this view that judiciary is doing so?
So very recently, judiciary has also recognized that it should not challenge the separation of power.
So you agree that it is there?
Yes, sir, there are cases where we can say judiciary might have overstepped, but I think judiciary also applies its judicial wisdom because sometimes governments also lack the necessary steps like the legal vacuums as well as proactive steps which government needs to take.
Your mother has been working in the post offices, superintendent. Tell me, what changes have come about in the functioning of post offices in the last decade?
So one of the primary aspect is the integration of payment banks as well as expansion of postal services like logistics for e-commerce. Additionally, it has expanded its domains in diverse fields like passport services, the Aadhaar card updation, which goes beyond its usual banking services, but with a lot of digitization in the recent times like Aadhaar enabled payment system, which was utilized.
So what is this Ladakh issue? What happened in Ladakh?
So the territorial dispute.
Territorial dispute of Ladakh with whom?
The dispute regarding Aksai Chin as well as finger points on Ladakh between India and China. But recently,
No, Ladakh issue, we had our own internal problems in Ladakh, isn't it?
yes, sir.
What is that? I am talking of that.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir. So the Ladakh has been demanding statehood or alternative recognition under 6th schedule.
Statehood.
Yes, sir.
So I am hearing for the first time. Anyway, so
So the government is not really giving in to those demands, and there have been ongoing protests because they want to secure indigenous rights.
but somebody has been arrested, a well-known personality.
Yes, sir.
Sonam Wangchuk, you know.
Yes, sir.
Was his arrest okay?
So in my personal opinion, I don't think his arrest was okay.
You are an aerospace engineer. Tell me the latest achievement of ISRO.
So it recently flew its highest payload capacity of almost 4,600 kilograms using the LMB Mark III launch vehicle, and additionally plans to expand its domains like SpaceX missions and Bharatiya Antariksh Station in 2025.
What is Bahubali?
So it's a movie as well as a term associated with political.
No, I'm talking in terms of ISRO. This one particular.
Sir, I've heard it but not aware of it.
LVM-3 is called Bahubali.
Yes, sir, the launch vehicle.
And this satellite which was launched, it belongs to whom?
So it belongs to a communication. Sir, I'm not recalling the name. It's a communication satellite.
Tell me, what are human rights?
So as per the United Nations declarations, human rights are the basic necessities someone might need. Someone definitely a human needs so that he can perform his daily life as well as.
Has the United Nations given the list of human rights?
Yes, sir. The United Nations, in the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights.
When was that?
Sir, in the 1940s, but I'm not.
1940s.
Late 1940s or 50s.
Yeah.
Okay. You mentioned Kartikey about this aerospace. You are having an academic background. India recently got some helicopter from USA. Very important type of. Any idea which helicopter we received?
So the recent India-US pact regarding Apache attack helicopter.
Yeah. What is so special about that helicopter? Any idea?
So it has high payload carrying capacity, especially the weapons, as well as the nighttime operations that Apache helicopter can provide. Additionally, the avionics, especially sensors and radar cross sections of the Apache helicopters are low. That makes it a very competitive helicopter for the attack helicopters category.
Okay, you tell me, what is the GPS spoofing? GPS spoofing, recently it came. What is it about?
It is interference of signals for GPS. It is interference in GPS signals. And through GPS spoofing, we can give a different signal of a particular location. Like we can be sitting here, but our location map will be showing.
So it is creating problem for which particular event we are talking about? Something went wrong and it created problems. Are you aware?
Yes, sir. It has been targeted towards aircraft landing, especially at the Delhi, Amritsar and Jammu airports. And Delhi has been very recently witnessed a lot of GPS jamming as well as GPS spoofing cases.
Okay, you are a Formula 1 motorsports enthusiast. Why did not be only 1 or 2 races were held in India? Why not it could not pick up in India? What was the reason for that?
So India fortunately witnessed 4 races across 4 years. But in the 2014, there was a debate regarding whether to categorize it as entertainment or sports because of the taxation. And the central government made a pact with Formula 1 organization to categorize it as sports. But the UP government, with regard to Buddha circuit, categorized it as entertainment, and that dispute continued and could not be resolved. Additionally, the custom duties when the cars gets imported, when its components gets imported, that was also one issue which could not get resolved.
Okay. You tell me, what is the components of good governance? What will you call a good governance?
So on the human front, like administrator, a person who has humility, emotional intelligence, as well as honesty. On the aspect of administration, which is efficient, which delivers public service timely, as well as with transparency. And on the front of politics, I believe political powers who are honest about their promises, as well as listen to the people and participate people in policy formulation and implementation.
Okay, you tell me, normally there is a feeling that there is a corruption in the government department or in a service. Like you, if you are a department head, what 3 steps you would like to take to ensure that your department there is no corruption?
So since it's a feeling, I think preliminary step is to inquire about the truth of it. So feedbacks from internal of departments as well as publics who are facing the challenge of corruptions. When such hotspot arises, like the location points where the corruption is, like it can be public window where people are charging money. So implementing transparency as well as monitoring facilities there.
How would you do that? Transparent and handling?
Paperwork or digitization of monetary payments can be one of the aspect. And complaint mechanism like helplines, like CVC advertises its helpline. so as to complain and get the people caught red-handed. That can be.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Kartikey, what is DPI? Digital Public Infrastructure.
So it's a common public infrastructure that government plans for the digital services as well as the data sets, so that any company or institution can utilize those services and provide wide-ranging services till the last mile through DPI. Like for example, India Stack, which contains informations of people, can be utilized to target poverty alleviation program by some startup.
And which are the foreign countries which are benefiting from our DPI initiatives?
So India has partnered with a lot of countries to expand DPI in those countries, like Maldives is one, Mauritius is one. There are countries, Bhutan, yes sir.
Sri Lanka?
Yes sir, Sri Lanka.
Please.
Additionally, in countries of Africa also, India tries to expand its DPI as one of the areas of cooperation. But also the companies in such foreign countries have utilized DPI to expand its services in India, like the UPI services on which many startups are based. That is also one of the aspect of utilization of DPI.
Right. So, we often hear of the word right to be forgotten. It's a Western concept. What is it?
It's a right of a person to invoke the access of personal data as well as invoke the access, revoke the access of personal data.
Yeah, to restrict, yeah.
Restrict the access.
Not invoke, huh?
Sorry, sir.
Please.
Revoke the access. Additionally, if there are some sensitive data about that person regarding some criminal background and the person wants to change his future conduct.
Not only public criminal background, any background. His private data. Let us talk it like that. So, what is the safeguard? Like we part with our personal data, whether you order from Swiggy or we go for even Paytm or any other online platforms. If you go for the membership of Twitter, it's called X or Facebook. What is the safeguard? What government is doing?
So Indian government through the Digital Personal Data Protection Act has came up with a provision in the amount as well as the timeline a personal data can be stored. But India does not have explicit right to be forgotten. I think if we want to go to that domain, then European Union's law has cleared ideas about how consent should be informed, as well as people can revoke their consent after some time, and the companies, especially intermediaries, they are obligated to remove those data as well as inform to the person about that step.
Since you mentioned Europe, what is EFTA?
EFTA is in India's economic partnership with countries which I remember as NILS. It has Luxembourg, it has Iceland.
It does not have Luxembourg. EFTA is European Free Trade Association. It is their association. There are 4 guys in it, 4 European guys. Can you remember any of those?
Iceland.
Yes.
Norway.
Very good.
Switzerland.
Yes.
And
this is a very small country called Liechtenstein. Not many people know about it, but you did it very well. And tell us, we are talking of always when you talk of foreign policy, we say capacity building. What is that?
So it's our nation's own capacity, especially the human skills, so that people are educated, they have good health. Additionally, the manufacturing capacity, so that we can export to other nations and become their first responders. In the domain of security, we don't rely totally on import, but as well as expand our security infrastructure so as to protect our borders against Chinese aggressions, for example. But overall...
No, that is our internal capacity building.
Yes, sir.
What is capacity building we are executing or we are capable to do with other countries who are not as capable as we are today?
So building education and technology partnership like India does with a lot of African countries. Any project that India takes, like the Jarang Delaram Road in Afghanistan, so that to complete that timely as well as in a quality manner. Additionally, to expand the export capacity of those countries, like product development, competitiveness, as well as investment relations, like India plans to invest a lot in the African countries, like companies, as well as mining, so that it has security on mineral partnership.
Various IT initiatives which we have undertaken.
Yes.
To help our foreign friends. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Kartikey.
Good afternoon.
So you're from IIT Bombay. and generally we see in IITs, which are most of the engineering courses, the gender ratio is very much skewed. Mostly, if you see in a batch, mostly there will be male members and very few females which are there. What exactly is the reason for this?
So in the engineering domain, the girls usually are not really supported, and they are said to be targeting medicals or other fields like humanities. That stems from a lot of our patriarchal mindset. So as to engineering be a very mechanical domain, or nursing be a very human-centric domain. That can be one aspect.
So, do you think there is a deep-rooted stereotype that females are not very good with logic, while they are very good with understanding of or mugging up a lot? Is there a kind of stereotype or attitude? Do you abide by that?
So there is definitely a stereotype, especially the gender gap regarding how we perceive someone's capacity based on gender. But it is largely on a domain that mechanical engineering domain based jobs are largely oriented towards city centers, or you have to travel to foreign countries. Whereas in medicine, you can open your own.
You highlighted patriarchal mindset. What is patriarchy?
So in the social concept, it is largely the rule which is concentrated in the hands of men as well as senior women. So they establish their control.
I mean, it is mostly an idea that the authority lies in the hand of the male members of the society. Whatever decision making is being done, either directly, indirectly, or subtly, it is being done by the male members. Do you see instances of patriarchy in the upbringing in the families? Can you give me some examples right from the childhood till the time people are making their career choices? How patriarchy influences that?
So the very significant aspect is when someone eats. Usually it's the female member who eats at the last after feeding the whole family.
Very good.
Additionally, where someone can go, it's usually a female member who have to convince her husband or some male counterpart. So the mobility aspect is one.
Okay.
The life choices aspect, what career someone can pursue, how much investment on some child can be said as viable.
So if families have to prioritize sometimes the investment, they're going to prioritize the male child. It's a kind of reflection of patriarchy.
Yes, sir.
Very good. You mentioned that you have participated in Taekwondo. You got a black belt, I think, right?
Yes.
Yes. What kind of an art is this?
Taekwondo is mostly a self-defense art which involves kicking as primary aspect, but there can be some elements of punching.
Do we use the term martial art for it?
Sorry, sir.
Do we use the term martial art for it? Is it a martial art?
So I have heard it as a form of martial art, but I will have to read about it.
Okay. Where does it originate from?
It originates from South Korea.
South Korea. Can you tell me a few of the martial arts which are famous in India? You might have studied it in art and culture.
Kalaripayattu from Kerala, which is said as the mother of martial arts,
Okay.
is one. Gatka from Punjab is another form of martial art. Then Thangka from Manipur, which involves a lot of hand-based martial arts like attacks. These are one of the primary ones.
What is the current relevance of these martial arts?
So India has achieved a lot of Olympic recognition as well as global medals. So that brings a lot of sports culture in martial arts. Additionally, the self-defense training to anyone, especially the women, like female members, can be one of the crucial aspects for their safety and security. But it also invokes a sense of discipline as well as responsibility, so as to utilize any power in our domain as well as to not create harm, but to create a safe society or safe.
What exactly is the government doing to promote such kind of martial arts? Are there any initiatives you are aware of?
So there are federations that the government are funding, as well as sports organizations like SAI, they recruit martial artists, services teams, they recruit martial artists. Additionally, in Uttar Pradesh, the government plans to invoke martial art based trainings in government schools for girl child.
You do running and endurance training, right? That's your hobby. Why do you think there is not much awareness about the endurance training in India? If you compare it with the Western countries, people are far more aware. They are choosing for this. What are the structural problems that India has in terms of not having much access to this kind of physical activity?
So I think if we look back at our childhood, we all remember that we have been very physically active. But with time, we definitely choose not to be. I think it has not really integrated into our personal lifestyles as we grow. And the kind of urbanization that we have, especially the case of Delhi, with a lot of pollution or waste challenges, runnings as well as open air running get a little bit challenging. But I think there are ongoing cultures regarding half marathon recently organized in Delhi. So there are improvements on that front.
Okay, thank you. So,
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Kartikey. Our discussion with you is over.
Yes.
So kindly wait outside for a couple of minutes. We'll call you for a feedback. Thank you.
okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So how have you done with us in your discussion, Mr. Kartikey Singh?
I think the bulldozer justice question definitely needed a better, clear answer, as well as the questions on the human rights aspect, which needed a clear definition.
And also on judicial reach, overreach and all. You were not taking a stand. See, you must have clarity one and then take a stand. You said as you putting your feet in two boats.
Yes, sir.
इससे बेटा नहीं चलेगा थोड़ा. You have to be very clear.
And you don't have to be defensive.
हाँ.
And you take a stand, you take a moral stand. You are an educated, bright young man.
Yeah.
What government is doing, you are not in government. You will be in the government, but what sir is saying, that you don't be hesitant.
See, tomorrow if you are a district magistrate and the chief minister asks you to take a position and you say कि सर ये भी ठीक है वो भी ठीक है तो वो बात बनेगी नहीं. But I'm sure you can, you have a lot of time, you can definitely improve on this way of thinking, apart from of course updating of information. Now I have just two things to say, otherwise आपने greeting properly नहीं किया. When you walk in, seek
Okay.
permission, open the door a little, knock thrice. May I come in, sir? Yes, come in, stand in the chair, be louder, wish the chairperson.
Yes.
Then a lady member, others you can look at with a smile, acknowledge their presence. And अपने बाल वाल बेटा ठीक कराओ जरा, शेव वूव करो जरा थोड़ा.
हाँ, वो sir.
थोड़ा हाँ ज़रा स्मार्ट लगोगे आप. तो ये आप करें, प्रैक्टिस करें, you will do extremely well, there is no doubt. First time you are going?
Yes, sir.
God bless you. Malik sir.
ठीक है, आपका आंसर में थोड़ा सा ना इम्पैक्ट दैट क्वालिटी ऑफ द आंसर, क्वांटिटी वाइज इट्स फाइन, योर आंसर्स आर करेक्ट, बट दैट क्वालिटी विच इज एक्सपेक्टेड ना, दैट समटाइम्स इज मिसिंग. मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ द आंसर शुड कम इन द वेरी फर्स्ट शॉट.
Okay, sir.
Sometimes it comes little later.
Structure your thoughts.
Structure, you think, listen to the question, as chairman said, carefully, think and then answer. Okay, take your time, few seconds, think over it, then what important part, it should come in the very first shot. Okay, otherwise you are a well, knowledge point of view, you are well grounded and you are articulate, everything is there.
You did very well on international affairs. As sir said, what are points he has suggested. And you study more about neighborhood first policy, digital public infrastructure, you replied very well. Capacity building, when a foreign affairs expert says we are talking of Africa, we are talking of ASEAN, we are talking of XYZ foreign countries, say Nepal, Bhutan, what we are doing. Because we all know you are an IIT and you, of course, we know what we are doing to enhance the capacity of our own nation.
Yes, sir.
So we want you to be taking a moral stand or a correct stand as per your thought. आप कह रहे हैं बुलडोजर जस्टिस कैसे किस हिसाब से ठीक है, ये ठीक नहीं है.
मतलब इन्फॉर्म्ड हो,
वो
लॉजिकल
कुछ भी रहा हो, कुछ भी हो रहा हो, वो हमारे हाथ में तो नहीं है, हमें नहीं पता. लेकिन जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बोला वो कहना चाहिए. सुप्रीम कोर्ट जो कहता है वो कानून है.
बिल्कुल सर.
थैंक यू, बेस्ट ऑफ लक.
My suggestion is you have opted for mathematics optional, तो I think पूरे प्रिपरेशन के दौरान मैथ्स वाला बच्चा जीएस पे ज़्यादा फोकस कर नहीं पाता है. Frankly, you might have given a lot of focus also, but the point is, in these 2 months, मतलब focus more on this aspect because interview is not going to be math centric. थोड़ा math centric ही रामानुजन वगैरह, you should always brush those aspects. लेकिन these aspects where you're required to take a stand, to go through newspapers, try to look at these general issues in all the important subjects which are there. For example, good governance was asked. तो good governance का concept पता होना चाहिए कि 8 pillars हैं good governance के, World Bank ने दिए हैं, accountability, transparency, responsiveness. तो ये क्योंकि एक्सपेक्टेड एक आदमी से गुड गवर्नेंस हर आदमी पढ़ता है गवर्नेंस वाले चैप्टर में, तो ये जितने भी अपने टॉपिक्स हैं जीएस के थोड़ा ब्रश इट अप, प्लस बी गुड विद न्यूज़पेपर्स एंड करंट अफेयर्स.
ओके,
ठीक है ना. तो ये क्योंकि
डोंट डू मेनी मॉक्स, आप टाइम मत वेस्ट करो, मेहनत दिन रात. This is a golden chance, you will get it, you will get in definitely with a good rank.
thanks.
Any questions if you have, we'll be very happy to answer.
Sir, was I like stiff or?
A little, but that's okay.
Okay.
करोगे तो रिलैक्स हो जाओगे, ऐसी कोई.
Okay.
you just need to work on your expression, so ताकि you prioritize the points, order them properly and then speak effectively.
Okay, sir.
सर ने बोला जुडिशियल एक्टिविज्म, आप बोल सकते थे कहाँ जुडिशियल एक्टिविज्म, किस में? प्रेस में कुछ भी लोग लिखते हैं, कुछ भी बोले, लेकिन जुडिशियल एक्टिविज्म किसने बोला, किस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में, क्या बुलडोजर जस्टिस में सुप्रीम कोर्ट जो कह रहा है ये जुडिशियल एक्टिविज्म किस हिसाब से है? वो तो सही कह रहे हैं।
Yes.
वो कह रहे हैं कानून का पालन होना चाहिए। वो क्या कह रहे हैं 15 दिन का नोटिस दो, वो गलत तो नहीं कह रहे। हर एक को नोटिस मिलना चाहिए। जब एक क्रिमिनल को नोटिस मिलता है कोर्ट में, आपने बोल दिया कि क्रिमिनल इन्फॉर्मेशन की बात नहीं कर रहे, हम कुछ और ही कह रहे हैं। हमारी इन्फॉर्मेशन प्रोटेक्ट होनी चाहिए। हम तो सारे लॉ अबाइडिंग सिटीजन है ना हम लोग।
जी।
क्रिमिनल की बात छोड़िए, वो इंटरपोल वो दूसरा मसला है, उसमें हम जाना नहीं चाहते। वो यूरोप का कुछ और सिस्टम है, राइट टू बी फॉरगॉटन कुछ और है। आप बहुत अच्छे ट्रैक पर हैं।
जी सर।
Just build upon this.
बेस्ट ऑफ लक।
थैंक यू सर।
All the best, Kartikey.
थैंक यू।